Welcome to the Bronze Age. We will be diving into ancient time. I'll be taking you back to the very beginning. No, not that far. Nah, just a little more. Perfect. Mesopotamia were known for being the first to invent writing, language, creating the first civilization, law, and other artwork. But I'm going to talk about one of those artworks. This brings us to the very famous and misunderstood figure, the Venus figure. Fun fact, according to Alex Roach, the Venus figure wasn't found until 1808 by a man named Joseph Zobeth. He found it during the expedition at the Patholic site near Willibdorf, a city lower in Austria. This is one of many prehistorical Venus figures that we could find. Some Venus figures are either 35 to 40,000 years old. Now the problem is, why do we call them Venus? After all, she looks nothing like the Razor brand or the Venus goddess. We call her Venus because when she was found, the term Venus would be applied to any nude female form. Fun fact, the Venus figure is carved of limestone, which is very easy to carve, which was common at the time. She would be colored with red ore, which is basically rust. They would mix it with water or chew a little bit in their mouths, mix it with their own saliva, and then apply it to the surface with either their hand or blow it out of their mouths. The reason why they were created so small, it was because it was easy to carry around. Kind of like carrying around your favorite toy when you were little. Looking at the statue, we see that some of the Venus figures are interpreted very differently than women's bodies of today. Some say that men created them to exaggerate features and think that maybe they were over-sexualizing the women of that time, where others believe that women who created them simply went off on their own bodies to create them. This Venus figure is actually a pregnant woman sculpting herself. Looking down, it would explain why there's no face, and also explains the certain symbols, the large boobs, the round belly, because you can imagine her looking down her body trying to do this sort of self-portrait. Fertility symbols can be more than just making more babies. It could also apply to things like crops or fertility in the hunt. Fun fact, back at the time, if a woman has too low body fat, she won't be able to reproduce. According to Whitecomb, with the breast and round stomach shows the notion of procreativity and nurture. We do this today actually when you look at a magazine, for example. We notice very similar features in a woman's to give us the same sense of fertility that a person tends to be attracted to. The Venus figures are not always the shape. These fertility symbols can be any number of different forms, but they are all in common: big boobs, higher hips, and round bellies. Those symbols are human fertility, and you must keep in mind, during the ancient Mesopotamia, pregnancy was quite a mystery. Even up to the 19th century, many people had a complete misunderstanding of human anatomy when it comes to pregnancy. Fun fact, there are some reasons why the figures don't have faces, hardest part to sculpt, just like the hands, which are barely cut above the breast, so they would just ignore the idea of carving the face. And that's the mysterious history behind Mesopotamia's Venus figures. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.